It's really important that you get your study plan together on how you're going to get your work completed each week. And I just want to give you some suggestions on how to approach this week's work. Now, obviously, everybody's different. An approach that works for one person won't work for another person. But you need to get on the work right away because we will have the first exam comes up pretty quickly. So you have to kind of get in the groove right away. So the very first day of the course, you need to get in, read the Getting Started module, the syllabus, etc. Get familiar with the layout of the class. And you should, on that first day, post to the introduction discussion board, as well as complete that email assignment. Get those two introductory things out of the way. You can find the tasks and everything for the week if you go to click on Content and then go to week 1. So here we've got the overview page that's important to look at. Here's your discussion board. Here's this email assignment. Okay, and you also could have accessed it from the week 1 overview page. It says, please click here to access the assignment. Oh, I'm not in the student view. So here it is. Here's the email assignment. You're going to email me from your Prairie State email account your contingency plan if you have technology issues. Then you need to start on Chapter 1 because you do have a discussion post due on Thursday night that deals with Chapter 1. And so you can't just sit down and start doing the work because you need to get background on the information. So it's up to you how you want to approach it. Do you want to read the chapter right away? Some students sit down and they start reading the chapter and then they're not really comprehending. You may want to go and look at my lecture videos. So you can get my lecture videos by going to week 1 resources. In fact, the first thing you see are lecture notes. And so these lecture notes are written notes. If you have access to a printer, you may want to print these up. Some students say that they print them up. They kind of make additional notes as they go on the notes, and then they have them for the exam then, kind of all in one place. Okay. But here are the lecture videos where it's me talking about the topics of the chapter. So each one is 15 minutes. So here's a half hour listening to me talk about the first chapter. So you may want to do that. As you're reading the chapter, you can complete the vocab assignment. The vocab assignment correlates with the textbook. So here, complete the Chapter 1 vocab assignment. Click here to access it. So when you come in, here we can get to our vocab assignment. It's matching. As I said, it matches up with the textbook. So you'll go ahead and you'll choose the number of the term that the definition goes with. Okay, and then submit the quiz. If you get a bad score, you can redo it. The problem is that you can't see, there's no way I can show you what you got wrong without just giving you the solution. Since there's unlimited attempts, that would make no sense. Everyone would just put down the answer. So what you should do is you should make notes of maybe a couple that you're not sure of, so you can go back and do another attempt pretty quickly and kind of reverse the ones you're not sure of. So really, you should be striving to get perfect scores on the homework since there are the unlimited attempts. After you have done the Chapter 1 vocab assignment, then you can get the first 2 problems in the My Accounting Lab assignment done. So you will scroll to the bottom of the course homepage, click on that icon. If it's the very first time you're coming into My Accounting Lab, if you click on all assignments, you're going to be brought to the registration screens. So go ahead and register. And you can either enter an access code for My Accounting Lab if you've already bought it. You will be given the option to buy one right then and there, or you can just choose temporary access and then you'll have an opportunity to either enter an access code later or buy it later right online. Okay, so there's no reason why you can't get the assignment done on Sunday, because start with the temporary access if you need time to get the funds together to buy it. And so if you click on the week 1, Chapter 1 and 2, start on the first assignment. Okay, so it's asking about planning, directing, and controlling. And then here's a sustainability question. So those are the first two questions from chapter 1. So you can get that done pretty easily. And then you also should make your, so I should actually go back and look at the discussion. You can go make your discussion post. Okay. And so you have been divided into groups. Everybody in the group was given their topic in parentheses next to your name. It'll either say difference between financial and managerial accounting or a business trend. So that's what you're to post about. And here's the instructions, depending on what you've been assigned, what your instructions are. And then you'll go to your group post. Now you should only have the group post that you have been in. That's the only one that you'll be able to see. Click on that group, and then you can go ahead and start a thread, and then put in your subject, and then go ahead and make your post. Okay. All right, so you have to make your post to the discussion 1 board by Thursday night, and then you can start working on chapter 2. So again, read the chapter, go watch my lecture videos, print up my lecture notes, cover the topics in chapter 2. As you're reading chapter 2, go ahead, do that vocab assignment, and then after you have covered the chapter and done the vocab assignment, you can then finish the My Accounting Lab assignment. So you'll go back in, you'll do the rest of the assignments in My Accounting Lab. After you've done all the work, you should be able to complete the quiz. Okay, and again, you can access that from our Week 1 overview page. There's a link there to get to it. So click here to access the quiz. You can start the quiz. It's on chapters 1 and 2. There's 20 questions. You have an hour to do it. You can't just say, oh, after 20 minutes, I'll finish it later. You've got 60 continuous minutes. You can't log in. You can't, once you start, you've got 60 minutes from the time you start. So if you log out, you better log back in within the time frame to finish. The clock keeps running even if you run out. Okay. And that should be plenty of time. When you're on the exam, you're not going to have that much time to answer the question. So you do have a bit of time to kind of look things up as you're taking the quiz. Okay. And then after you've completed that quiz, then you should go back and you should respond to other students' posts in the introduction discussion and discussion 1. You need to make 2 meaningful posts that say something. You can look at the rubric to see how you're going to be evaluated. If you just go in and say good post, or I learned a lot from you, you're not going to get any credit for that. You need to be talking about the topics in your post. The last thing I do want to go over with you is some of the study tools that you can get in My Accounting Lab. If you go to the course homepage, instead of just going into the assignments, you'll see you have the multimedia library. That's a good place to start, so you can choose a chapter, right? And then you can look at the PowerPoint. So if you are waiting for your book, you can still get started at the start of the week. As I said, you've got my lecture videos. The publisher's PowerPoint has a lot of the detail. You can get videos and then go down, scroll to what you want to take a look at. Look at the different videos. So there are a lot of resources for you in the course. Okay. So here you can go through and kind of see. And it's maybe a little bit more detailed than my PowerPoint slides. My PowerPoint slides, I've pulled some of their slides and added some of my own. Deleted some of theirs that had a lot of the detail. Okay, just to make it manageable. So that's a resource. If you want to get extra practice problems, you can go to Study Plan, where it says all chapters. Then you can choose the chapter that you want. All right, so if we want to choose some questions there that you can do some extra practice, and this is maybe more helpful for the exam to do. And then the other thing I want to show you is throughout the semester, if you want to go back and review some of the homework, if you click on results, okay, then you can go back in and you can see the problem that you did. So that might be helpful come exam time too. Okay, so these are just suggestions. You do have to have an organized approach. If you wait till Sunday and try and do it all, it's not going to go super well for you, and you'll really have given up a week of the 7.5 weeks if you just leave the class, if you just wait till Sunday to get going with this. Plus you will have missed the Thursday deadline for the discussion. So as you're working, make a list of questions. After you get a few questions, or if you feel really stumped like you can't move on, then get in touch with me. We can set up a video conference. Sometimes I meet with students, and after 5 minutes, me explaining to them, they kind of see the light and they know what they need to do. And so I am here for you. I am your teacher in this class. You are not to be teaching yourself. That's not the expectation. So I hope this helps you get a plan started for the course.